Field of the favorites, we here for the latest. South side or the north side, not tuned to the greatest. Home team for the home teams, both sides got our own rings. On the mound or the long ball, but we don't put the wrong strings. Yeah, it's that time of the year now. Wrigley or guarantees for the whole league that we hear now. New show with a new mood, discussions and interviews. Trade rumors that might be. This is Pinwheels and Knife.
I still get into our theme song every week.
Every time. I'm over here singing like a jackass.
Certified banger.
It really is. I mean, shout out to my boy making music for making that so many years ago. But the only thing that I'm worried about just listening to it now is it's not an if. It's when the White Sox change the name of the ballpark again. That line where he says Wrigley and guaranteed, like, we're fucked. But whatever.
We could be like Wrigley and then like a voiceover. Whatever the name is, it's like a really not even close to sounding like it's actually his voice.
Wrigley and
PointsBet Stadium.
Yeah, PointsBet Field. Here now.
Raise an octave too, like PointsBet Field.
PointsBet Field. PointsBet Field.
Yeah, that reminds me of his Jerry Maguire when he's like, "I'd like to thank Jerry Maguire," like in that video with Jerry Maguire.
Hi everybody. This is Pinwheels and Ivy. We're just doing the tweets and the whatnots right now, and we will start the show momentarily.
First question?
I know. Starting out right with the Bears questions.
The answer is
all right. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? It is Thursday, January 27th, and you have found the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. I am your host, Matt Zwaski, a.k.a. Southside Zoe, a.k.a. Father Zoe. And with me, as always, Mr. Aldo Soto, who was nice enough to put up a green screen he's totally not in a holding cell.
Right at that myself.
Can you also show us?
I could be anywhere now. Let me speak on behalf of most baseball fans and say that the Hall of Fame is an absolute joke.
Those of you listening at home, yes, it's going to be on iTunes soon. That auto-tune montage will be around.
That is Aldo, a.k.a. What's that dude? T-Pain.
T-Pain.
T-Pain Aldo. Did I sound like Akon? Because I hear myself normally.
You did. You started. You were like,
God damn it.
Hall of Fame sucks.
All right, well, somebody signed me to a record deal.
and that's Gabe Fitz. What's up, dude?
I am not in an undisclosed location somewhere under a bunker, so internet's a little bit better. But yeah, we're here. It's still a lockout, but we had great football last weekend, so there's a little bit of a taste, but there's still no baseball talk. And Carlos Correa.
Baseball talk.
No, there's baseball talk.
We actually have baseball talk this episode. We have international signings. We have Hall of Fame.
Cubs free agent rumors.
Hall of Fame garbage. We have
seat at the table talk.
Owners being cheap bastards. We got it all. So stay tuned, everybody. Let's just get into it. Let's tap this keg. As always, this show is brought to you by SportsMockery, sportsmockery.com. Go and download the app. Put on the push notifications. You'll be the first to know when the Bears hire a coach or when the lockout's over. Or
what do you think happens first?
Ooh, we'll get into that in a minute. There's a steak dinner in White Sox Twitter land wagered on this. Not with me. I would like steak. But so go download the app SportsMockery and by us. You can always support the show. It's the pin tweet at PinwheelsIvyPod on Twitter. Make sure you go there, show some love. You guys did a great job last year. We really appreciate it. Maybe we will raise enough money to bail Aldo out of jail. So
at least get better Wi-Fi.
Maybe he's in jail for stealing Wi-Fi. Anyways, baseball. There's actual baseball news. Now, with the lockout still going on, and we'll get to that later on in the show, we did have a big we got a spammer in the chat. That's awesome. We have
you guys miss the Twitter spammers, by the way? Like all the fake porn bots?
Yeah, they're all gone. But if you guys want, you should definitely click that link in the YouTube chat right now. I'm sure that's 100% legit. Anyways,
kind of like the guy that came on me and Pete's thing saying that the Israeli government chopped off his penis.
Ooh,
and then they were holding it, and then there was a lot of things. Yeah.
Oh man, what is that? Rent?
The
Yeah,
whole
Trying to pay
narrative.
rent.
Yep. If you need to pay your rent, hit up Vaughn.Red. See, dude, free plug. Boom. You're part of the team now. So we had some international signings. Finally, a little bit of baseball news for those of us that have been craving just a little something. Throw us a freaking bone. They finally did. Big international sign date. Why they moved it to February or January was a huge mistake, in my opinion, for tax implications. Jane Fox on Twitter did a fantastic job covering it all. Like, it should be back in the middle of the year, because now, since it's the start of this year, like, there's tax implications and payment ramifications. That's two big words. Fuck you, my Sox summer. Anyways, yeah, the White Sox, obviously, it's been rumored forever. Homeboy's been putting it on his Instagram for, it feels like 10 years.
Like,
But
I've heard his name since
it's seriously
2020.
It's been unreal. But finally putting ink to paper, Oscar Colas is on the White Sox. Now, not what people like to say. He is not 37. He's 23 years old. He's
Maybe 27. Maybe 27.
What if he went to high school with Albert Pujols? I mean, really?
Actually, it definitely could be one of those, like, I am 12 situations. But anyways,
Danny Almonte situation here.
he's 23. Bats lefty, throws lefty. He's 6'1", 209 pounds. Damn, dude, me and him, he's a little lighter than me, but not by much.
Well, he has all muscles though.
I think you could take
Word?
him.
Oh, for sure.
Let's see it, Zoe. Flex the abs.
No, that ain't free. Go to Pinwheels and Ivy OnlyFans if you want that.
See, that's the OnlyFans.
Yeah, if you guys want that OnlyFans, go get that down.
That's what I do the interviews in mesh.
So his
mesh
scouting
shirt.
grades right now on the 80 grade scale, according to, this is from MLB.com, the international prospects. So before I ramble these off and you guys see like 80 grade everything somewhere else, we're going off of MLB.com. Scouting grades, he's a 55 hit, he's a 60 power, 55 run, 55 arm, 55 field. And guess what his overall is? 55. So I'm going to come right out of the gate with this. The whole Cuban Ohtani thing, just stop that. Don't do that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
the Sox already stopped that.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, the Sox actually. Yeah, good point. The Sox. He's not going to pitch. He's an outfielder.
Mhm.
He pitched like 5 times, and people are like, "He pitch." Cuban. And
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
because his name came out like right after they signed Yoelkis, whatever it is, like
yeah.
a year and a half ago, and they're like, "Oh, look at this guy! This guy's gonna sign with the Sox. This guy can pitch. He can hit. He's Cuban Ohtani." And then not a lot of people looked into the numbers, and then
It's like 4 relief.
and then
pitches,
2
like,
days ago, I think it was Fagan was like running down. It's like, yeah, no, he's pitched 5 times. Like,
yeah. But apparently he has an absolute hose in the outfield. He could play all 3 outfield positions. Probably for the White Sox will ideally be a right fielder. He played on some junior teams with Luis Robert, which is awesome. You know, that really helps, I think, speed up his timeline, and it's going to really help him adjust to life in major leagues. Just don't show him dominoes. And I think Fagan in that same tweet list there said he was hitting like mid to top 90s when they had the gun on him for throws from the outfield, like absolute cannon out there.
I think he's at like 95. Like he can hit 95. So
Absolute rope. In 2019, he slashed 302, 350, 516 with 11 home runs in the minors for the SoftBank Hawks in Japan.
There you go.
Yeah, but so I actually like the fact that he went to Japan. I think there's a little bit better competition over there. We're seeing a lot more players, and we're going to get to one in a moment. But although that light just adds to the you're in a cell factor. Yeah.
Do you have a newspaper with today's date? So
Yes, I need
proof of life.
proof of life for sure. But I'm excited about this. They're already saying that he's going to be stateside right away. So he'll probably start, I don't know, probably high AA. No, my Sox Summer would not have pronounced that name right, so that is false, Mr. Hand. But I'm excited to see what this kid could do. I mean, like I said, it's felt like he's been a prospect for 8 years, and we finally got him. Do you guys got any thoughts on Oscar?
Well, I was gonna say the first thing. Obviously, we're making the jokes about his age, but I was kind because like normally with these international signings, and it's not like, even though he is coming from a Japanese team, right? It's from Japan.
Yeah,
That's the team he's coming from. But like normally the guys like we see, the older guys that we see signing for them are like guys from Japan or Korea, like in their mid to late 20s or 30. But I was a little surprised to see that he was 23, because normally talking about this international signing period, it's like they're teenagers. They're like 16, 17. But so my question is, like, is there a time, like the timetable is obviously like he's going to be up like this season, right? Or is there?
No,
they said 23.
Yeah, they're going to get him stateside right away. They're going to start him out in either high A, double A ball and go from there.
And then second question, is he ranked ahead of Cespedes?
In the White Sox system?
Yeah. Like, what's that comp like?
I have not seen the updated. I mean, he was the number 5 overall international prospect.
Right.
So I don't think they've updated the teams list. If they did, it's behind a paywall, and that's why we need you guys to donate.
Or just send us your account password.
Yeah, just or a screen. I will send a screenshot.
You won't fish any of your other accounts, we promise.
They didn't update it. I mean, right now they have Cespedes as the number 2. The last update has Cespedes as the number 2 prospect in the White Sox. God, the White Sox farm is so bad.
Because if he has a 55 grade, I mean, he has to be up there.
Well, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me go back. I mean, they have Cespedes on. They have him as a 50 grade.
Yeah.
So I got to imagine. Yeah, that's a good call right there.
Yeah, so I mean, so we're definitely talking about, and again, I guess we're talking about like a weird system for the Sox, because the guys who we knew that made up the powerhouse minor league system that they had, they're up already, or with the Cubs, and and then, but yeah, it's like you always want to see them adding as much talent as they want. At this point, it seems whenever you hear any top Cuban prospect that's coming over, at this point you have to assume he's going to sign with the Sox. I think the only guy that they didn't get on was Yoenis Cespedes, right? Because he went with Oakland.
Yeah,
like it seems like every other top Cuban guy has been with the Sox.
Actually, this dude, Vaquero, Christian Vaquero, he's a 55 overall. He's from Cuba too. I think he went to the Nationals, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He was the number 2 rated international prospect. Let me see. Yes, he went to the Nationals for cool $5 million. Good for him, kid. Get that he's the highest paid international signing. Get that money, kid. That's probably why the White Sox balked on him. But he's an outfielder too. I mean, they already had Oscar lined up, and then their second guy that he picked up that we're going to talk about in a minute. The White Sox already picked up 2 good outfielders, and so I guess for a team whose farm system is completely depleted, I'd rather take 2 top middle guys than just 1 top guy. Does that make sense? Like, they really got to start pumping these numbers, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the burger, fry, colas jokes. Really.
Yeah. Oh, that's coming short.
Speaking of jokes, it's very hilarious. We talk about like funny names in English, but funny names in Spanish. The Sox are racking up a couple hilarious ones. Everybody talked about Jose Abreu's nickname being slang for penis in some Latin American countries. And then colas, I mean, that's like straight slang for like ass. So,
oh, really? Did not know that. Now I do. Learn something new every day. See, kids, listen to Pinwheels and Ivy. Learn new shit. I guess
technically it's directly tail or tails, to us, but also slang for ass.
And see, Alex is right here. I mean, the Sox system is Colson, Vera, Rodriguez, and just 100 yards of shit. Like,
what happened to your boy, the pitcher
Montgomery? He's their top prospect.
No,
the kid,
the high school pitcher. He got hurt though, right?
Yeah.
He got hurt. Yeah.
But that's why I think it's so funny when I've said it a million times on the show. One of the fun parts about being a fan is putting together like fake trade proposals and all this stuff. But there comes a point where you're wasting your time with these. Like some of these trade proposals, people are like, "Oh, the White Sox could just trade Andrew Vaughn and these 3 prospects." No, stop right there. The White Sox have no prospects that anybody really wants right now, besides like Cespedes and probably Colas now. And we don't even know what Oscar Colas is going to be. He could easily come over to the States and fucking suck. I don't think that's going to happen.
And like speaking of prospects, like you mentioned it the other day, we're in our other chat talking about just like all these lists that are coming out. There are zero White Sox anywhere near the top 100 prospect list.
Not even
any publication.
I don't even think they'd be top 150, top 200.
Yeah, no.
This is a very scary comment here from a friend, Beefloaf. Jerry Kelly is now fatter than my Sox Summer after the 108 weight loss. That's not great out of one of your top prospect pitchers.
Next, Bobby Jenks. That's all I'm saying.
I hope he's still got gas. And then the other thing is, I've seen people. It's another thing that I find funny is the White Sox sign Colas, and people are already either like anointing him like the next Mike Trout, or they're saying this is a terrible signing. No one knows that. No one knows. He hasn't took one at bat on American soil yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you can make opinions, you can have theories, but that's all fine and good. And like, I enjoy the conversation, but when you come out there and you're just like, yo, this kid's going to be fucking amazing, or this kid's going to blow. That's not fact. Like, you can't sit there solid like that. Like, he played in Japan and in Cuba. It's not the same as the baseball here. Like, the game's the same, but it's just not. I don't know how to.
That's really the thing. The game is the same, but it's not. Like,
exactly.
Because like the game, like the guy that we're going to talk about a little later for the Cubs, like we can say look at the numbers and be like, this guy does this, and that, and it's great. But when you come to MLB, it is completely different. Like, yes. it just is.
I mean, you have life on the road. There's so much things. So
that's just the on-field stuff. The other stuff, just getting acclimated to a new country, having a new language, being like basically around you for most of the time is new. Staying away from the dominoes, all of that on top of adjusting to a higher level of opponents that you're going to face.
Yep, and so just going down. The prospect rankings, then the next international sign we need to talk about brings us to the Cubs, which the 18th ranked overall prospect, a shortstop out of the Dominican Republic, Alexis Hernandez. That's a big pickup for the Cubs.
Well, if you recognize the name, they already have his older brother, Christian, who may be the best prospect in the entire Cubs organization.
I'm all for it because, as I mentioned with Oscar earlier, having that someone there, yeah, I mean, that's going to help. You know what I mean? Like,
and then just the position stuff. Just keep getting all these shortstops. I love it. Because Kevin, as well as anyone, being a coach, most of the time your most athletic guy, most versatile guy is going to be at shortstop at a young age, and then they can just move around the diamond.
I mean, that shit starts at T-ball, dude. You put the most athletic kid at shortstop.
And that's amazing. When you get those guys like that too, they become projectable in the sense that you can move. Like, let's be honest, Javi Baez was not drafted as a shortstop. Javi Baez was actually drafted as a third baseman. Javi Baez then started his career as a second baseman with the big league club and ended up a shortstop. Like, those guys are built to move around the diamond based on need, and the guy that excels the most takes the spot, and the rest of the guys filter in and find their spots outside of that. Some of these guys that are shortstops, you may see them out in center field sooner or later. So, I mean,
this is a good comment from Alex. When Patty can no longer overpay 23-year-old Cubans with the international draft and the new CBA. So our friend Alex, which he's entitled to his opinion, and I get the age thing is a little scary. He's not a big fan of signing, which I'm all about. But going back to Hernandez, his scouting grades, again, from MLB.com, 50 hit, 50 power, 55 run, 55 arm, 50 in the field, overall of 55. He's 17 years old, 6'1", 155 pounds, bats and throws righty. Stack him up, man. I think it's a great signing for the Cubs, and I think, why not at this point? And I really, really like the fact that they already have his brother in the system. I don't think people put enough emphasis on this because, as we were just mentioning, although it's different and it's a whole new country, a whole new everything, and to be able to show up and be like, there's my brother. He's going to show me around. You know what I mean? And just like with Oscar, there's Luis Robert. I know him. Like, that's my dude. Like,
Santa, I know him.
Yes, it's going to help, dude. It's seriously, it's going to help. Do you guys got any more on him, or should we go to the next one?
You go to the next one.
All right, the next one we're going to cruise down the rankings a little bit more. Oh, for the record, the homeboy with the Cubs, Alexis, he got 1.3 million, and Oscar got 2.7 million from the White Sox. And then going down the last one in the top 50, if you will, or I'm sorry, we got one more in the top 50, but the 28th ranked overall, Eric Hernandez, an outfielder from the Dominican Republic, got $1 million from the White Sox. And it's
He's
wild.
a 12-year-old.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah. He looks like an 8th grader coming in for junior legion.
So before we get to that, he's actually 17. He bats and throws lefty, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds. He's another 55 overall, 60 hit. Apparently he's a fucking very good hitter. 60 hit, 55 power, 50 run, 50 arm, 50 fielding. Can play all three of the fields. If you're a fan of this show, or if you've watched more than a couple episodes, especially around the draft, you know how much I absolutely hate when they do unrealistic player comps to these kids. This poor kid signs on the dotted line for the White Sox. I saw 4 different blogs. He's being compared to Juan Soto. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stop doing this to kids. Stop doing it, because there's a fucking million meatballs now where if this kid doesn't come out and hit 40 bombs in minor leagues right now, I thought he was Juan Soto. It's like, I don't stop.
Well, that's just like last year when the Cubs, before the Cubs even officially signed Christian Hernandez, there was the article. I think it was Baseball America. And it was like, it's compared to Manny Machado and Alex Rodriguez. It's like, cool.
Yeah. Dude, he's 17 years old, man. The kid in his signing picture looked like he was signing a contract and then going to like the fucking park to go swing on the swings or something. I tweeted out his 8th grade graduation is going to be lit. It got like 500 likes because he looks like a baby, dude.
Well, it's when they people continually use those comps, and the comps are fine in one sense where you're just kind of like let someone a gauge of the type of ball player they are, but like with those guys getting those types of comps, or the dude in New York, the guy that looks like Johnny Bravo, where he's like just all muscle, all upper body, and then those little skinny little legs where he's actually pretty fast, but he's the next Mike Trout. That's not fair.
No,
it's not fair to that guy.
Stop doing that shit to kid.
And that shit will weigh on them because it follows them wherever they go, because people will continue to say you were supposed to be the next and you're only this. Well, no, you're just who you are. Like,
But apparently, if you go to school on this kid, he's really good at the dish. The exact quote is, Hernandez has a very adjusted approach at the plate and has shown the ability to adjust. He also displayed the ability to handle himself against right-handed and left-handed pitching, which is rare for a prospect of his age. Physically, he's lean and athletic. Yeah, lean and athletic. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. He's got a 12-year-old body. But, yeah, the comps are 100. Alex, yes, I 100% agree.
Projectable.
Yeah, the clicks, it's for clicks and clicks and clicks. And I hate it. It's one of the things in this world that drives me absolutely crazy because, as we mentioned before, these kids see this and, yeah, beef they get clicks. So when you see the 108 article saying Oscar Colas could be the next Babe Ruth, that's our fault. But, yeah, and then we actually have one more top 50. Like, they did pretty good. We got
the Sanchez kid was 43, I think.
Yeah, number 43 overall, Adam Sanchez. Just an infielder, plays a couple positions. He's from Panama. He got 1.5 million for the Cubs. Again, stack them up, man. Stack them up.
You know what I love about the international free agents too is
they're projecting him as a third baseman.
Is that you look at these guys and we really don't know what the hell they are. So this is where the scouting department comes through. It's not like high school baseball where these kids are running around doing the club circuit. So they're going to college, or if they're going to college, you're seeing them develop over time. These guys are basically not necessarily popping out of left field, but for a lot of scouting, it's comfort in being able to see these guys on a regular basis. So you really have to trust your international scouts. Basically, have to be your best now, because you can find you could get all three of these could be superstars one day. You really don't know, because the projectability is really just, is it fast twitch? Do they have good break off the line? What is their foot speed? What is their linear? Are they able to move? And how is their footwork? But not necessarily is their footwork correct, but how quick are their feet? So you've got all these things that you take into consideration, then arm strength and how they, even how they hit a baseball is fixable. You're looking at the projectables and you're looking at how these guys are. And so you need, I think that it's such an underrated aspect of the game now. I think that these guys have to be your best scouts because in the US, to be honest, there's enough fucking showcase scouts. All these kids are overexposed at this point. Most of these young prospects have been shown over time, playing in tournaments, playing in these showcases that they go to, and all the Aflac and at this point, there's no real question marks because they're seen. But these guys don't get that much stuff. They're working maybe at the academy or they're working somewhere on a smaller, lower scale. So you've got to trust your guys that are there to choose those guys. Whereas these guys, I mean, it's pretty common knowledge who the best 25.
That is weird, dude. Alex, I'm glad you brought this up. So on one list on MLB.com, they show him as a catcher. On this other article, they have just INF for infielder. And then in this article I pulled up, they said he could possibly play third. He's versatile, folks.
For Adam Sanchez?
Yeah.
So don't get mistaken with the other Adam Sanchez, because when you pull it up, it's actually an American singer.
No, Aiden. It's Adan Sanchez.
Adan.
That's really weird, dude.
I think I did hear it.
I mean, the kid's he's 16, dude.
That's what's also fun about all these. I mean, it's just the same thing with Colas. Like, it's the same with literally anyone that hasn't played MLB baseball. These guys can be good. They could not. It's just,
bro.
The only thing that's good is like the younger they are. It's just the more you get to hold off on those expectations that keep rising, depending on how good or not they do in the minor leagues. That's the only difference.
This is
like
the first
16 years old and like the 22-year-olds.
It totally makes that point though about like how we don't really know what these guys are going to be, because even those 3 different publications don't fucking know what these guys are going to be.
So I'm the majority of them do say catcher, but
I think I did see a catcher.
This is the first paragraph on his write-up on MLB.com. Just 3 years ago, Sanchez led his Panamanian team to the Little League World Series. Yeah. And now he's on the cusp of fulfilling his dream of going pro.
He's a fucking 16, star on ESPN.
Dude. But apparently he's got an absolute hose, dude. Like he's another one that's got a cannon for an arm.
Actually, you know what? We need to start scouting these Little League World Series games in the summer.
Can I show you guys? Can I share my screen real quick and show you how big he is at the Little League World Series? He's one of those kids that you look at and you're like, yeah, right. Like, hold on, let me.
Yep.
This is great. Like, he's huge. For that
so,
age.
as Alex pointed out, this is the last paragraph on the write-up. The offense first prospect has seen action at pitcher and third base, but it is his potential behind the plate that makes him most appealing. So you guys either got a third baseman, a pitcher, or a catcher. As a catcher, he shows athleticism and emerging defensive skills with potential for a plus arm. So basically the kid could just play. Like, fuck, dude. You'll find a spot. If you got a guy that's good, that has like the tools, that's athletic enough, and he's 16, by the time he's old enough to play in the major leagues, you'll find a spot for him if he's that good. You know what I mean? Like, to what Kevin's saying, like how fast he is off the line, arm strength, stuff like that, you'll find a spot for him. I mean, the White Sox are just, they have a glaring need in right field, and that's where, or Cespedes, or Sheets, or
Larry Garcia,
Berger. I don't give a fuck. Just anybody not named Adam Eaton. So
Adam Engel.
Sure. I mean, fuck, dude. But I don't know.
Those conversations are going to be fun in a month.
Yeah. If I can get this to work, if this works, this is what he looks like. I'm not sure if. Nope. All right, never mind. For some reason, I can't
get DMCA'd for this.
No, it just won't let me. For some reason, I got to change my security settings. It is saying that this is unsafe.
Man, what are you trying to show us?
Were you having some Kevin time? And
no. It was saying that Chrome can't share the screen from StreamYard. So there's a StreamYard glitch in there. He's like literally at first base, and it's like a
powering everyone.
Here, I can pull up his video scouting report.
Well, it's just him from the Little League World Series specifically against Japan. I just thought that was really funny how huge he is. But
let me pause this stream, share my screen. Yep, we're a big tech podcast, everybody. Yep. Hold on, let me do this. Share. You guys see it?
3 years ago,
There you go.
Panamanian team to the Little League World Series. Now, he's on the cusp of fulfilling his dream of turning pro.
Who's
He made it
narrating
this far
this?
because of his powerful,
It has to be like an intern.
and that's exactly why scouts love him. Not only can he
Wait,
drive,
pause it though.
but Sanchez
This guy's 25. Like,
He's not 16. That dude can easily. That dude can buy
this is
beer.
a whole grown ass man.
That dude can buy beer, no card whatsoever.
Holy shit!
Yes, this is actually our podcast listeners' favorite part of this program is when we show videos that they can't see.
That's why everyone you can tune in afterwards on YouTube.
Yeah, go watch it on YouTube, everybody, and then click subscribe and all the other buttons. Or wait, what are you supposed to say?
Turn on the bell.
Smash that bell and
yeah.
fist the follow
Subscribe.
button and all that other fun stuff.
I don't think you should be fisting anything, to be
you
honest.
fist it good.
Unless you're into it.
And if it's your anniversary, you use it too.
And yes,
but-
Alex, I think all those videos on MLB.com, it's just someone reading the scouting report.
And it literally sounded like a 12-year-old, like someone's kid was reading that. It's like, Dad, I need to do my my reading practice. Sure, just read the scouting report. Into this
there we go.
month.
Yumper knows. And smash the like button on the YouTube video.
Hammer that like button.
Hammer it like you did last night.
Just hammer it like you've been in prison for 10 years and you just got out.
Wow. My girlfriend's been gone for like 4 days, so now I'm.
Oh, there you go.
Smash it like Kevin's going to in 2 hours.
Smash it like Kevin's poor right hand. But yeah, I mean,
Joke's on you. I did the stranger. Sorry. What?
But yeah, I think overall it was a pretty good internet. Well, as much as you can think it's a good, because again, no one knows. But it was nice to see the Cubs and the White Sox get 2 top 50 guys each.
Yeah.
It was baseball, man. I was just happy to see.
Can't wait until we shit on them in a couple of years. You know.
Oh, I can't wait till Colas is the hugest bust. Like, yep. Oh my goodness gracious! I can't wait, dude.
Beef has, spell check works too, but I don't know. Master beating sounds more like what somebody does if they're a DJ and they don't wear pants, but master beating.
We don't need to talk about 8th grade again. So
it's a tape delay.
The other thing that I think we should bring up now, because I feel like this is going to take up a chunk of the show. Oh, God, it's so stupid. David Ortiz is the only guy that got into the Hall of Fame. Yep. So the reason why that's significant, I do want to say before we get into anything, David Ortiz deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, honestly, that's what made me annoyed about it. Is like I was annoyed, like it was misdirected because David Ortiz is a Hall of Famer, but he's the only one. While he was also accused, and he was on that one of the lists.
He failed the test, dude.
And he was on the same list as Sosa, wasn't he?
No, he failed the test, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, no,
Sosa Bonds, like those guys never failed the piss test.
Sosa was the player that failed the test, but they had to remain anonymous.
Right.
He did fail the test.
Poppy pissed hot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Didn't he take no, that was Manny that had the female hormone stuff, right?
No, Poppy pissed hot, straight up. And he got in. I think I believe he should be a Hall of Famer. I think he is a Hall of Famer. It sucks that he got in this cycle and it was completely overlooked by the guys that did not get in and are now off the ballot because they were on for so long they didn't get voted in.
And they're not going to get in because the Hall, because it goes on to the Veterans Committee. They fucking hate all the steroid guys.
Yes.
So these Bonds is never going to get. Clemens is never going to get in.
Resident fact checker too. Alex Root says Bonds and Clemens never failed. Sosa and Ortiz did. And that's the thing is, what Bonds and Clemens got dinged? Investigations.
Yeah.
They never tested positive as players, but they were tried. Not even in a court. Did either of them get charged and then convicted of anything? Or was it just optics of people hearsay and what say?
Bonds was in the court because the fucking Belko guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Clemens was like his wife was in it too or something.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. David Ortiz had a great baseball career, but he definitely got in the Hall of Fame because he was very, very media friendly. Very friendly with the media, just big smile, had this is our fucking city speech in Boston, You know, he means the world to Red Sox fans. I get it. He had a great career, World Series MVP, 3-time World Series winner, a bunch of other accolades. Like, he's a Hall of Fame DH. He really is. How you can let him in and not let Barry Bonds in blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind.
I saw this stat. It was for Fangraphs, for all-time WAR on Fangraphs, Bonds is number 2 overall. A-Rod is 13th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Their difference in WAR is basically the same as David Ortiz's career WAR. Yet, guess who's never going to get in? The number 2 and 13 all-time.
The conversation should start and end with, is Barry Bonds a Hall of Famer? With the man had 500 fucking home runs and 500 stolen bases, and he's the only motherfucker to ever do that.
Let me read this. Because this one is like, this is the fucking resume right here. 14-time MLB All-Star, 12-time Silver Slugger Award, 8-time Gold Glove Award, 7-time National League MVP, 3-time National League Hank Aaron Award, 2-time National League Batting Champion, 2-time National League Home Run Leader. And here we go. 762 career home runs, 73 in a season, 2,558 walks, 232 walks in a single season, a 609 on base percentage in a single season, and an 863 slugging percentage in a single season. And I'm sure if we looked at his OPS in those seasons, it would probably be like 17. So
and he had 500 home runs and 500 stolen bases.
Yep.
It's absolutely insane. It's hard to create a video game character that can do that. Like, that's insane, dude. And he's not in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame's purpose is to tell the story of baseball for generations. How do you tell the story of baseball without Barry Bonds or John Dowd?
But it's the media darling stuff. This is, it's the media bias from Boston and how some of these guys buddy up to the media. So the perception of the opter, you got David Ortiz is always on the field at, Lambeau during Packer games, and he's always buddying up and hanging out with these. He's the friendly guy that everyone loves. John Lester is too. Let's be honest. That's John Lester's thing too. These guys love him because they've partied with these guys too. And they, Bonds, Clemens, those guys wanted nothing to freaking do with the media at all during their time as a player. That factors into this. It's honestly and how they were covered and how they, what they didn't give. And for a guy that before he even got to San Francisco in his first 7 years, 176 jacks and almost 600 RBIs, 251 stolen bases in his first 7 years. I don't know. He was already.
I was gonna say, for future, for future voting purposes or whatever. So, is Justin Verlander not going to be a Hall of Famer because he was on that Astros cheating team?
I have no idea. Well, no, actually, with the hypocrisy of the BBWAA, yeah, he'll probably be first ballot.
Right, we have players. Players have said what the Astros did, and obviously it was going around the league. But that was seen in the eyes of players as worse than steroid use.
This, if anything, though, this was a huge W for people that think that Hall of Fame voting should be taken out of the only writers can vote.
Right.
Because
Jubb says this too. He says he asked Kaplan a while ago why Ortiz and not Sosa. He said one was nice to the media and the other wasn't. That just doesn't make sense to me though, because Sammy was the darling of the media when all this was going on. His teammates fucking hated him. But Sammy was the darling of the media. There was 12, 15, 20 people around his locker every day.
Well, that's the thing, Kevin.
He was always saying the right things. Sammy was a media whore. He knew where the camera was.
That's the thing, Kevin. This is all hypocrisy left and right. Because who was the fucking face of baseball for those 5 years after baseball was completely dead from '94?
McGuire.
It was Sosa. It was McGuire. 01. Bonds was hitting 73 while they use these guys. They hoard them out. It's hey. We're going to turn a blind eye? Are you telling me that they didn't know? Of course they fucking knew what these guys were doing.
Here's a fun stat. David Ortiz career OBP, 380. Barry Bonds career OBP, if you turned all 762 of his home runs into outs, 384.
Insane.
Dude. And Alex got a great point here, too. Alex, I'm so glad you're back in the comments. But he said we got our first test of that next year with Beltran on the ballot. And we're going to see, what happens. And I do want to kind of circle back to something. I'm good with Roger Clemens not being in the Hall of Fame because I know the girl later recanted her story and said, like, we didn't have the affair until I was 18. There was still a lot of creepy shit going on there, man. And I get, the whole Clemens and the underage girl thing. And I know people aren't going to want to hear this, but Pete Rose too, dude. Look it up. It's not great. It's not just gambling keeping him out anymore, I don't think. But
I told you how he came to that camp that I was working back at San Diego State, and he comes out and he introduces himself for the big speech that he's going to give to the kids. And he has a woman with him, obviously, and he didn't even fucking joke. He's like, "Hi, I'm Pete Rose. This is my mistress, blankety blank." I'm like, did he just fucking say mistress? And I'm looking at one of the other coaches. He's like, "Yeah, he's not even hiding." I'm like, "I don't."
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think it's about. I don't think it's about
younger, but she wasn't like a teenager. She was.
I don't
like,
care about
in her 40s.
If they're gonna cheat on their wives, that's on them. But like,
he's
the cheating on your wife with girls under 18 that doesn't really sit right with me. Anyways, so that's why
if he'd have done that when he was like 28, she definitely would have been way underage. Yep. If he'd have done the mistress.
I saw a Cubs fan bring this up too, like after all the these results came out, and they're like, I mean, I was done. Like this, I'm paraphrasing what he said. He's like, I was done with the Hall of Fame, after how dirty they did Ron Santa. It's like a Hall of Fame guy, and then they wait until after he dies. I'm like, all right, Hall of Fame.
Same with who the White Sox. Minnie Minoso. Yeah, same thing. Like, there's so many things. There's so many things wrong with the Baseball Hall of Fame that it's turned into a complete joke, which is sad. The Hall of Fame when we were kids was like the most sacred thing in the world, and now it's a complete fucking joke. And it's not just because of this year. I'm not just salty because of Bonds, which it's still fucking ridiculous, but it's been years leading up to this. It's a fucking joke, dude.
He was the only one too. Like that, and again, like David Ortiz, well deserved, but like the fact that he was the only one, like, come on.
And I mean, I thought it was cool that Pedro Martinez was standing right behind him with his hand on his shoulder while he took the call. Like that's good stuff right there, man. Those are lifelong teammates, bros, two of the best to ever do it. Well, not really Ortiz, but Pedro. But I'm just saying, like, that's any other year. You're going to see a million tweets, a million stories about that. This year, all you saw was like Boston guys writing about it because everybody else was so focused on who didn't get in.
Yep. And that's unfair.
It really is unfair. And I feel bad about that. Like, that sucks, dude. But another really positive thing that did come out of this, I mean,
Burley.
Yeah, Mark Burley. Mark Burley got like 5.8% of the votes or whatever, so he's going to stay on the ballot. Does he ever get in? I highly doubt it, but he's going to still be on the ballot, which good for him, man.
How come John Lester hasn't been inducted already? What the hell?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they need to make another statue or a plaque or something.
I did read somebody saying, why don't the Giants like sign Barry Bonds to a short-term contract? He comes out and plays like a game in right field, and then they pull him, and all of a sudden now 5 more years he's eligible to be on the ballot, right?
I would absolutely love that. I would
like any team, any team should do that. Like the Miami Marlins. You want to sell some tickets? Just sign Barry Bonds for like a week.
An AL team should do it. Let him DH like a game.
Hey, DH is coming to the NL.
I bet you he hit 250 minimum. I bet you he'd hit, even now, he'd hit 250 minimum.
The dude had 1,000 more walks than strikeouts.
They walked him with the bases loaded.
Multiple times.
Right
they intentionally walked. They were so scared of this man. Grown men who are professionals at the sport was so scared of this man that they just gave a run just to not deal with him.
Yep. I mean,
it's insane.
The Barry Bonds early 2000 stats like go right up there with like the Tony Gwynn stats. Like whenever those go viral, like those two are right up there with how like fucking stupid they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. My biggest thing is the Hall of Fame should tell the story of baseball, and you cannot tell the story of baseball without Barry Bonds.
Nope.
You can't.
And I'm gonna go to my grave believing that steroids don't hit a curveball.
Nope.
I will continue to I will die on that hill. Steroids don't swing the bat.
Well, and it's different too because everybody was doing it in that era.
Yep.
They were hitting home runs off of pitchers that were juiced up out of their fucking minds.
And then,
everything was balanced out. Everything was balanced out. Everybody down the line, pitchers.
And that's the thing with Ortiz making it out. Now they're just picking and choosing. It's like, well, I mean, he was on the list, but
but he
cool
was
dude.
Cool with us. Yeah.
I want you to say too that steroids was more beneficial for pitchers than it was for hitters because the recovery bounced back after throwing 7 or 8 innings.
Yep.
That'll keep you bouncing back a lot quicker. I mean, hit offense, as a position player, there's a grind, but that's really more in the gym. It's not going to get you when you're on the field. Whereas on the field, you're taking some HGH, you're going to be ready. Instead of having to sit out 3 or 4 days, you got the fountain of youth. You're ready to go on day 2.
I mean, Bonds was such a badass that even when he didn't agree to be in baseball games, they made a dude named John Dowd for him.
Yep.
And if anybody used to play those old baseball games on the first Xbox, John Dowd is a legend. Like, I'm talking like Michael Vick in Madden, John Dowd in those MLB games. He was a 99 everything, and it was so funny though. They just made him a white dude, and he just hit bombs, dude. And he was 99 speed, 99 power, 99 hit. Like, you couldn't be the Giants when you play with your buddies because it's like, no, you can't bet John Dowd. Like, I don't know. I was
probably the most realistic player rating ever.
I was.
Not since baseball stars have we had such accurate ratings. Oh wait, sorry.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't have too much else to say about it. I wasn't even like mad. It was just like disappointing because, like I said, when you were a kid, the Hall of Fame was like the most sacred of sacred things. And now I sit here, a grown man, kind of, on the outside at least, and it's a joke, and that sucks.
I did read a really good tweet. I want to say it was Full Count Tommy about how to fix this too. And it was the idea of coming up with weighted voting that includes not only media, veterans, players, having it be more than just the baseball writers alone as the deciding factor because of now it's blatantly obvious that the bias is there. It exists. They've proven it.
Yes.
In this case, the idea of at least neutralizing an overabundance of, oh, you were mean to the media, so we're going to punish you type of punishments, which is going to be frequent. It happens all the time. Now you can say, hey, veterans, guys that played against them, guys that have played with them, people that actually can be more of a judge of on the field product. A lot of these baseball writers never got to see these guys play in person. They saw them on TV but some of these guys are so young, they weren't even around. Like, so I don't know. It maybe
I'm
something that
all
can
for
weight
that,
it down and neutralize that much control that those guys, those pencil pushers, those those scribes have.
Say nerds. Say nerds. You can say nerds.
I mean, think about this. People like Paul Sullivan, really, that are mad at people in the press box. Those guys are deciding who gets into the greatest place that a baseball player can be on.
A sacred place.
Yep.
Like,
Well, no. It's not even that. It's guys who haven't even covered baseball in years are voting.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Dude, I'm all for the voting spread out outside of the writers. And I mean, it was crazy though. For the first time ever, we saw not only veteran and retired MLB players tweeting out like, this is bullshit, you're a Hall of Famer in our eyes. Dude, players from other sports, other professional athletes were tweeting out like, they're doing Barry Bonds so dirty, like, how can you not do this? Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But what are you gonna do? The other thing in the world of baseball is the Players Association and the owners they're talking, guys. Oh my God. But yeah, they actually started meeting with each other to discuss the baseball. I'm trying to pull up the exact numbers. There was some movement, if you will.
A step in the right direction, if you will.
But I gotta.
Not even close. Though. They're not even close. Contrary to what anybody reports, they're not even close.
They're not close.
Oh, no. No one's reporting they're close.
Oh no, somebody from Miami, someone that Miami blue check mark has a Yankee source in the clubhouse that says that this is all is done and it's the lawyers that are stretching it out for money. And so I texted a couple of people, and not even close to done. They haven't even touched on big issues yet, but it was a step in the right direction.
What was it where baseball asked for like 100-something million and the owners were like, we'll give you 10? I'm trying to pull it up. I can't find it.
I just remember the minimum salary talk. Players wanted like $750, I think.
How about that, though? 10 sports writers, 10 managers, executives, and 10 Hall of Famers, and 5 baseball historians. Ooh.
Anything's better than what they currently have.
Ken Burns get a vote. Does Ken Burns get a vote? Because
that guy had 800 followers. LOL. See, there you go. Kevin, stop deleting these fake accounts.
He had a blue check mark.
Stop believing
Doesn't carry as much weight as
That
it
no longer
used to.
matters.
Yeah, I have a blue check. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, there you go.
Although,
Tap, tap, tap. Case closed. Come on, someone give me the numbers. I'm very
Just
upset.
look up Heyman or somebody.
And habitual beef loaf dunker honor Jeff Passan does not have a clear. Someone had a clear tweet breaking it all down.
I mean,
God
Beef
damn it.
almost had the numbers exactly in his argument. Beef,
Yeah.
what are the numbers?
That was actually really good.
why do I feel like the negotiations have gone like Bernie Mac and Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa? Every time they're like 70-30, half. 60-40, half.
Yeah.
You know, 55-50, 55-45, half.
Okay, well, here's one of them. I got one of them from John Heyman. MLB Players Union offered to decrease the revenue sharing increase they requested from big markets to small, from 100 million to 30 million. MLB, meanwhile, is staying steadfast in saying revenue sharing formula will remain the same. Management source predicts union will give this up in trade.
Okay.
So again, as always, the players are always going to have to concede.
Yep.
MLB owners are always going to fucking win, even when they quote unquote lose. So I have no clue. And you know what? Whatever that tweet was, obviously this is all about money. Like the big changes, we've talked about this. It's going to take years because the system is so broken. They have to take it step by step. So at this point, I think the big thing they're working on is just like the minimum salary for players, like in arbitration, stuff like that.
It's extremely disappointing to me, obviously on a personal level, that they bitched out on the service time and just caved immediately, basically. So everything that they encouraged Chris to do, suing and all that stuff, which came with encouragement from the MLBPA, now officially he's been fucking left out into the wind without a cape blanket or any kind of crotch protection. So that's disappointing to me for that reason, just because of the fact that he went out and tried to do something to bring attention to it, and they go get him, buddy. And nope. Now when it came to actually the time to make the change, they fucking bitched out. And I don't know.
So
that's disappointing.
here's a good summary from the owner of Beef Loaf, Jeff Passan. This is from yesterday. MLB agreed to accept parameters of a pre-arbitration bonus pool for top 30 WAR, which I want to talk about that in a minute. MLBPA seeking 105 million. The league countered with, "We'll give you 10." MLB offered minimum raise to 615. MLBPA wants 775. MLB withdrew offer to change arbitration structure, basically so they can redo everything. So this is the big argument too, and this is what prompted my tweet about advanced stats are good, eye tests are good, both have positives, both have holes. Like you should use them both. But if they're going to start accepting parameters on pre-arbitration bonus pool for top 30 WAR players, which WAR are we using?
Mm-hmm.
Like who's providing the WAR stat there?
That's kind of I hate that too. I don't.
That's a big deal. I mean, where's that coming from? We need to know, because some people like the Fangraphs WAR, some like Baseball Reference WAR, like, and
here's the thing, and we've talked about it when we do the whole analytics versus eye test, whatever. There's flawed in everything, including the analytics side. There's flawed in how WAR is calculated,
and stressful situations, playing in a pennant race versus being on a team that's 40 games under 500 and seeing everybody's number 5 every day. Like knowing why some of these players are having good seasons too. Like, so you can't say that his WAR is really accurate because, of course,
say it again now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But yeah, and I'm not going to mention names because I'm not going to go down that road. But I will say, very good friend of the show, friend of mine, friend of ours, Jordan Liskowski. He's a big advocate for advanced statistics. I saw people arguing with him that basically their argument was math lies. Like,
yeah.
Like,
hold on. I'll
yeah, pull it up.
I got it because I actually commented on it.
It was the most mind-numbing argument I've ever seen, because Jordan was being like his normal self, being very cool and open to everything, and he was just like, yeah, like it's hard numbers, and does it have flaws? Absolutely, it has flaws, but it's a mathematical equation, that's fact, that's how math works. But yeah, everything can be gamed. You pick a measure, you go with it. It's just, yeah. What did the guy say back to him? And I said I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say the guy's name that Jordan was arguing with. But
well, first off, he multiple times he calls Jordan dumb. You're dumber than I thought, which is hilarious. But yes, he says, well, where did he go? Oh, this is just someone else just trolling him. Wow, that's a whole another bad comment.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd it go? Math. Oh, here it goes. Analytics and computers don't tell who's good and who's bad. Analytics is the biggest scam this world has ever seen. All it's done is make sports worse over time. COVID is fake and the vaccine is microchips.
Stop. He didn't put that last sentence
That was the last part. I think I will know.
No, he didn't put in that last sentence in there. But, yeah, dude, like there's room in the game for analytics and advanced statistics. Like it's a very good measurable thing. There's also room in the game for having the good old-fashioned eye test. And, can the guy hit? Can he run? Can he do this? But I feel like if you want to be the best version of yourself as a fan, you should learn to use both.
Symbiotic relationship between the numbers and the eye test. They combine to tell the real story as opposed to one side of the story.
And it was just hilarious to me to see people continually assault poor Jordan about how numbers are real. Like math is a real thing.
Do you know how this even started? I think.
I don't know. People, yeah.
Unless I'm on the wrong thread, I think it's right because there's a video from Bobichet's dad. And
it started with the Fegan quote about.
Oh, my own different.
And Jordan said, "Go get Conforto," and the guy's like, "Don't get Conforto." I'd be pissed off Sox fan having to watch him out there every game. I attend. I take anyone but him, honestly. Okay, wow. So you'll take.
It's just wild to me, man. And again, I'm not downplaying the good old eye tests, whatever. But it's just how someone could say like math is bullshit. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, it's fucking math. I don't know. I hate math. I was not good at math. That's why I get paid to talk. But yeah, I don't know. It's wild, dude. Absolutely wild. But as far as paying people like their livelihoods on this, like that's where I think things are really going to get weird. Because in all honesty, if you're debating anything in sports or anything in just general, especially now with current topics, political wise and stuff like that, I can form an argument, and if you give me 5 minutes and the internet, I will find numbers to back up my argument. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah. No, you can find anything to fit your whatever you want to argue. Yeah.
Right.
Because you can use one set. Because even more like the baseball reference war and the Fangraphs war, you can look up two good players and they can be completely different things.
This whole thing's moot anyway, so MLB dropped that proposal. So
I never like that.
Well, it's just it leaves way too much room for just chaos and bullshit, which I know some of our listeners love chaos, but it's just like that. Just you can't do that. You can't, especially with so many different types of. There's different formulas to calculate WAR. Mm-hmm. So if they were going to do something like this, they would need to come out and be like, "This is the formula we're using, and that's it." You know what I mean? Like, not F WAR, not B WAR, not any of that shit. This is it.
So I think my simple, not even just starting to any of the steps to get to a solution or a long-term solution or anything that's better for the future would just be because right now the whole thing is the service time and the manipulation and how you can keep a guy down, and if you do that you're gonna get that extra year. I think it should be in a guy can be from when he's 18 to you can keep him through your system through he's 20 something, right?
Right.
I think it should be a set number of years. And it's all right, past this 6th year, no matter the age, he's a free agent. You either wanted to, he's either good enough that you wanted to sign him when he was 23, 24, or maybe he's not that good enough, and you're risking that he's going to leave somewhere else. Get the minimum salaries up. I don't even think that's that big of a deal from 570 to 750. especially when you calculate inflation, like that should be a nothing burger for MLB franchise.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes, that's right. Patrick Mahomes needs to be held accountable.
Yeah.
As a part owner
He's
of
an owner.
Kansas City Royals.
And have him for an annoying ass brother. But
The answer to that question, you hear chains. Boba Fett's here. Yumper. Boba Fett's here. That's the Boba Fett chains. Sorry.
I'm very confused.
That joke from the Mandalorian. Never mind.
Very, very, very confused.
You didn't hear the chains in the background? Like I think one of the dogs was shaking their head or whatever.
Oh,
So you heard their collars. But it sounded like chains from.
You were just getting ready for your old lady to come home.
Oh.
It's been a long 4 days, buddy.
But leather doesn't make that sound. Wait, what? Oh. What? Get the gimp.
Get the gimp. But yeah, I mean, it was a good week because there's actual baseball news. Josh Nelson at Sox Machine did a great Twitter space, which was nice because they got really deep into the nerd weeds with baseball talk and stuff like that. Like, I just need it. I miss it. I need it. This is usually the time of year where it's Sox Fest and I'm able to, meet people, do stuff and I've been lucky enough to be credentialed and, see the players and walk around and stuff. And I miss that, dude. Like, I just need baseball and maybe a hug. Fuck. You guys got anything else?
It looks pretty. We're gonna hang in there, and hopefully we'll get some. I mean, this has been fun to watch. It's been a long off season, but also keep in mind we haven't lost any baseball yet.
Not yet.
I love everyone's like, I miss baseball. I'm like, nobody plays this time of year anyway. So you're really missing the rumors and whatnot.
Here we go.
I do miss the rumors.
We got questions. Fire away with the questions. I got time for this. Carrie, our very handsome friend. When baseball is indeed back and players can sign, how fast do all the dominoes fall? I hope there's tampering going on right now. I got to imagine there is.
Yes.
I got to imagine there is. I got to imagine as soon as they flip that switch back on, within a day or two, we're going to see things drop.
I'm sure they know what the ballpark is too, and like basically, and these players that didn't sign before the lockout obviously knew the lockout was coming, so that was strategically their plan all along is to probably not sign unless they were wild with a big deal. Those guys probably know what they were looking for, and obviously everyone's just waiting with bated breath to see how exactly the paperwork works with the new collective bargaining agreement. So it kind of he was one, Carlos Correa. Everyone says 330 million. Well, now I'm hearing 350 million. So with the new collective bargaining agreement, these are things that will change based on how that drops, but they probably know like the general vicinity, and they know they could sway a couple, million or a couple tens of millions either direction based on how this works. I know.
I have no idea who the next Louisville coach is going to be. No idea. KB tampering? Oh, he's tampering all over the place.
Kevin?
I'm going to tamper.
You still think he goes with the Mariners, Kevin?
God, at this point, I have no idea. I mean, Seattle, they were hot. I know that it's just, honestly, I don't think there was much engagement prior to the lockout. I think he was pretty clear all along that he's going to wait. So I don't know why you would, you don't want to.
Okay. This is a good question right here. So the steak dinner bet that I mentioned earlier is between two of our friends, Beef Loaf and Josh Nelson. Okay. If the CBA is signed by Valentine's Day, Josh has to buy a steak dinner for Beef. If it's after, Beef has to buy a steak dinner for Josh. Beef Loaf wants to know what % chance does he have of winning his steak dinner bet.
So what is that, like 3 weeks out?
Yeah, 2-3 weeks. 2-3.
More Bears questions in the chat.
20%.
20%?
Because I think he could get really screwed, and it could be like that week of.
I think it's gonna happen on the 15th, just because.
Yeah, like it could be. I can see it happening the week of like the 14th.
I definitely think it's gonna be in that mid-February area. I'm rooting for you, Beef. I hope it happens before Valentine's Day. I'll throw you at like 42.6.
I'll say long shot, Beef. Sorry, bro. I don't think this thing's getting done until late February. I think we're going to get 154 games of baseball at the max.
No.
All right, so all of us are less than 50-50. So
Yeah.
but hey,
not
Beef
much hope.
loves to bet on the long shots, and he's a Jets guy. So.
Bets on the Jets every week.
Yeah.
But Beef,
Telling me there's a chance.
you guys got to live stream the dinner, at least part of it. The world needs that content.
It would be hilarious that when they're having the dinner, it breaks.
That would be
It'd be really funny. I hope whoever wins the steak dinner too, like puts ketchup all over the steak too.
What?
And
Come on.
just rubs it in like, ugh.
That'd be serious. This is a perfect scenario right here. It's hopefully you guys don't go on February 14th. That's weird.
Right? That would be hilarious.
It's a couple days.
Bet. They have to go the 14th.
It's a couple days after
normalize it. So
February
normalize
14th, and the waiter or how is this going to work out? I want the waiter to be walking to the table with the check, and one of them thinking they have to pay. And then, like, as he's putting the check down, their phones blow up because the CBA's been signed. It would have to be like February 13th. Like,
well, that's the thing. They have to wait until after the 14th, though.
Yep. Fuck.
Well, I'm sure the loser would be
wouldn't
happy
work.
to do it during the
wouldn't
lunch hour because that would be less expensive.
Right. That too. But yeah, I want it to be like super dramatic, like something funny like that to happen. So
could someone maybe hand them an envelope like the Oscars?
Yeah, Beef, you're getting a lot of 50-50. Kerry said, fuck you, Beef, March 1st. That's his words, not mine.
It's true.
I'm just saying, you got the 108 tourney coming up. You might want to take that in consideration. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I hope you win.
Actually, all three of us said like it's not going to happen. So I mean,
agree.
You have to go against the public here.
Yeah, I mean,
be a sharp. Be a sharp, Beef.
Yeah,
don't be a sheep. Be a sharp.
Mm-hmm. But
PointsBet have a option to bet on this?
We should. I mean, they're sponsored by PointsBet too.
Yeah, that's right.
We should reach out. SportsBet Chicago, put some odds on this bad boy. That'd be fantastic. I'd actually bet it. I'm not going to tell you which way I'd bet it. But yeah, I mean, anybody else in the chat? You guys got any more questions? I got a couple more minutes before the sleeping pill I took before the show kicks in.
There was a Bears question.
Alex polls guys, yay or nay?
Sloppy steaks. Who is the Bears' next equipment manager? Hopefully, Adam Eaton. I don't know. I like the Bears' new GM.
Okay, better question. What do you like about the move, George picking him up at the airport?
In the Leatherman jacket, with the Bears hat on, and a Bears mask, and orange like laces in his.
Can't deny that George loves the Bears. Just doesn't know.
I love how the Bears are like known for keeping everything under wraps. And Homeboy shows up basically with a sign that says like, I am the Bears GM, I am the Bears owner. I'm picking up our new GM. Film us in the airport. And
I mean, I feel like they had no choice to hire him because there's no way McCaskey was going to pay for a lift back to the airport.
Well, first of all,
or pick anybody else up.
I
already did it. We're
this
good.
is so ridiculously Bush League. You're about to hire this dude as your new GM. You make him fly a commercial flight into O'Hare, and then you go and pick him up. Probably in like a Toyota Prius or something like that.
Row 27D on the airplane.
Like you're a professional multi-million-dollar sports organization. You have a jet. I guarantee it. Send the PJ to go pick up the new GM, dude.
It's the Bears. Do they have a private jet? I don't know.
You know, I feel like they're trying to actually appear that blue collarish too. Like we're such a mom and pop. We're still to our roots. We don't even have these stupid limos. We're still driving our Chrysler from 1987, the old grocery getter, and that's how we pick you up from the airport.
All right, we got some rapid fire questions here.
Yes, the answer, Kerry, is yes. Jordan.
Is it true if you don't use it, you lose it? Absolutely. Did Jordan Miller kill Tupac? Yes, we have video of that.
Mm-hmm.
Who killed Tupac? Obviously, Jordan Miller and the man. Has Jimmy Lambert been traded? He's too valuable.
By the way, speaking about Jimmy Lambert, Zoe, did you post on White Sox Reddit the other day?
No, not that
There's a post about that included Jimmy Lambert. That was like a trade, and the title of the Reddit post was the White Sox should trade for Nick Madrigal.
Wasn't me. I've washed my hands of that. I'm done with that. Who's the odds on? Isn't it Caldwell right now? I think in Vegas, Caldwell's.
It's like Caldwell or Quinn?
Or Quinn, yeah, that sounds like those. And then What's the guy from the Colts? Those are the three.
So because of
that guy would be great for.
I kind of
I want that guy just because of his name, because everyone's gonna fuck it up. It's gonna be hilarious.
I kind of want Quinn because the rumor is if they bring Quinn, his offensive coordinator will be Mike Kafka, who went to St. Rita High School on the south side of Chicago.
No, because I don't want that, because you're gonna be biased, and even when he has these, you're not gonna want to shit on him when he's running these like 2-yard slants on 4th and 15.
Jet sweep.
Actually,
that's the greatest jet sweep I've ever seen.
Curveball, I'm going to want to shit on him because technically he learned from Coach Kuska, who's still the coach at Rita, and that asshole made me do a wall sit for 30 minutes because I said fucking class.
Kafka and Kuska?
Kuska was the coach. Kafka was the quarterback for Rita who played for Northwestern.
Is he related to Chris Kafka, the NBC Sports Chicago guy who does all the baseball stats?
I think it's a different spelling.
No.
Yeah, it is a different spelling.
Franz Kafka, the author?
But yeah, no, it'd be cool to see a Rita guy running the offense for the Bears. Obviously, he has the pedigree. He's been Kansas City's quarterback coach now for 2-3 years, so he's worked directly with Mahomes. But yeah, if he sucks, I'll be the first one to say it's Coach Kuska's fault because, yeah, that asshole made me.
Well, I'll blame Rita.
And yeah, he used to make people pay for pencils. Like if you were in his class and you forgot your pencil for a Scantron test, yes, we used to take Scantron tests, and you didn't have a number 2 pencil, he would make you pay for it.
R.I.P. to the number 2 pencil. I heard that all standardized tests are going, they're not going to be by hand anymore in a couple of years.
That's a shame. And then the other thing, dude, Kuska, this one kid, he charged him $5 because he kept swearing in class. And the kid showed up with 500 pennies, and then Kuska made him wall sit, and he put a desk in front of him while he was wall sitting, and made him put all 500 pennies in stacks of 10.
Oh my god!
Perfect row, and he couldn't stop wall sitting. And that kid actually turned out to be a badass Marine. But yeah. Here's a good one. Will Father's O make it back to the Elite 8 of the tournament? Now, Beef, I'm not here to criticize you, but it would be back to back to back. Just saying. Anyways, I don't know. It depends, man. Because am I going to be another underdog this year? Because last year I got absolutely shit on when they released the pre-tourney odds. Sammy P over there, the odds maker, was like, I don't even know who this guy is. No chance. Fuck off, dude.
Well, that's the thing. Are you going to be a higher seed or
I can't be a higher seed. I was a 1 seed last year.
Well, no. Okay, so are they going? Well, yeah, that's the thing.
I don't know. I'd be cool sitting in like a 4 seed, like chilling. And I feel like when you're the 1 seed, people are coming for that throne the whole time. But I don't know. One-away tournament's great. If you don't know what we're talking about, I don't know how to even. It's like a NCAA tournament, but it's like on roids.
It's a popularity contest on Twitter between White Sox fans that some people take too seriously.
That's also a good way to describe it. But it does produce a ton of great content.
Oh, it produces a lot of great content.
People
yeah.
make
Summer
awesome videos.
I only know of Summer of George because of that 1 year when he was making all those videos.
Yeah, jury's still out on his liver because that dude was like beer bonging 4 locos at like 8 in the morning. But yeah, both times when I lost, the guy that beat me went on to win the tournament.
Oh, wow. You're the kingmaker.
I am the kingmaker. What was that movie with Jack Black?
Good Luck Chuck is what you are.
Yeah, Good Luck. That was Dane Cook, not Jack Black.
Dane Cook.
Yeah, but yeah. So basically, if you beat me in the one-away tourney, you should win. I actually am good with just winning my bracket because then when it gets into the mix of things, you're so far into it, it's like, oof. But yeah, and no one was taking down Summer of George. That dude's an absolute tank, dude.
Well, better question: how far does Kevin get this year?
Is Kevin in it this year?
I mean, he's got to be. He was in it last year. He'll probably be in that same grouping, right?
You would think he's in it. He throws curveballs, man. This is his baby, dude. Like, he takes this very seriously, and I appreciate that. He puts a lot of time and effort into this. The only thing that ever pissed me off about it was that Sammy P just wiped me off.
Well, that's why you won. That's why you got as far as you did. So you had that chip on your shoulder.
Oh yeah, I changed my name to like disrespected 1 seed.
You need more of that. You need more bulletin board material heading into the tournament.
I think I do. I thought Quinn was going to bring the Rams OC. Nobody knows. It's just all rumors right now. It's all rumors right now. But
I heard. Yeah, he's the old Rams OC. He's bringing Mike Martz back. So
he's alive.
Aunt Blabby.
But yeah, you guys got any more brain busters in the
How many bot accounts are you gonna buy?
I usually cap it at 1,000.
Yeah,
Did you-
you
do
don't
you
want
have-
to go overboard.
Yeah.
Do you have a
I don't
canvas budget?
I don't know about Canvas. I
Not
do
canvas,
have to start.
Cameo.
I do have to start combing through Cameo though. I don't want to do a White Sox player. I do want to find some. And I'll reveal this little secret here. You know who I spent hours trying to find last year for the tournament? The AT&T guy that goes, I need a little TT, little Tom time, or whatever the hell is. The White Sox commercial that played a billion times during the White Sox season, like 2 years ago. I try to find that guy. He's not on Cameo. He's not on the knockoff Cameo. I try to reach out to his agency to see if he do a video for me, and I got no luck there. I was just trying to find. I think I got to find the "Hi, I'm Colleen from St. Xavier girl." She's that commercial played every time. She's on Twitter. She tweeted out, "I love the fact that all these White Sox fans think I'm annoying because they play the commercial 6 times a game." But I don't know if she would get along because she's super emo.
2 words. Gilbert Gottfried.
That doesn't move the needle for me, bud.
It's not about moving your needle.
I don't think it'll get the.
I honestly don't think it's going to move a lot of needle for White Sox.
I don't think that's going to do what you think it's going to do, bud.
Well,
If
maybe
you're
I'll
in the
just- I
tournament,
want to
that's
just.
you.
I already know what
Sure.
Kevin's cooking up. Kevin's cooking up that OJ cameo.
Won't be a cameo.
Nobody loves the OJ more than Kevin.
Nick Madrigal is on Cameo now.
Did you know that I wore that jersey? I wore that
How much
OJ
is
jersey
Nicky
to go
Madrigal
watch the game
charging?
on Sunday.
How much does he charge? So
Let's see. Hold on.
I'm gonna guess. Actually, I have no frame of reference. I have no clue. $200.
Oh, Nick Madrigal, Chicago Cubs. That's sad. Oh, he's currently unavailable.
It's probably because he hasn't done a single. Or does he have a preview one or whatever?
No.
I don't think he's done one. That's why he's on.
It says he responds in one day. He has 17 people have liked his profile on here.
Okay.
LeVar Ball's $140.
No, he did one for
Oh, he did.
somebody got him. Oh yeah, Kerry got one from Madrigal.
Okay. Maybe he just hasn't done one in a while.
Jenny
Yep.
Finch.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know who to get. If you guys got suggestions on who I should get a cameo for, that's not Chris Bryant's on here.
Yeah, he's on there.
Fitz,
Done.
hook it up, dude. I'm not paying $300 for this shit.
Oh, KB, man, that service time really was rough.
I actually posted about that. I'm not paying for that shit. That's the first time I saw the Black Keys live. I saw the Black Keys at a beer fest in Salt Lake for free.
Yeah.
And then I got to go see them at a concert, and they were $150 a ticket. That's too hard for me. Same with KB. I filmed that son of a gun on multiple videos, multiple fake interviews that we did, on the side of the dugout. I'm not paying for a cameo. Nope.
The Island Boys. 'Cause I'm an Island boy.
Boy,
That's
Island.
That's $300.
He's available to chat.
There's no. How are the Island Boys charging as much as KB?
Well, Mick Foley's only 130.
Ooh.
Diamond Dallas Page is 130. I can get the dude Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray for $100.
You get Johnny Sack for 130.
Who were the wrestlers that AJ was with when he was
Dude,
appearing
Gilbert
on
Godfrey's
TNA?
$180. Fuck out of here. Well, I'm sorry, Aldo. What?
Do you remember when AJ was he did a couple wrestling spots? He was in a couple shows in the early 2000s or mid 2000s. Who was he with? Get those guys. Torberg, Jeff Torberg.
Barstool Carl's $24.
What about White Sox Dave?
Is he on here? That'd be funny.
This made my night. I'm getting Riley Reid for mine this year, Carrie.
Dave Williams, aka White Sox Dave. I'm glad he cleared that up. He's
Carrie. I know who you're talking about, Carrie.
He's $20.99. $20.99.
White Sox Dave.
Yep.
You need to pay White Sox Dave to throw it.
He's not in it anymore.
He's not in anymore? Well, that's right, because the kid just kept dominating.
He's done, and I'm pretty sure Summer George said he's out too. I don't know if that's official, but he said he wanted to go out on top.
George went.
I can just walk to his house.
Joe, you should do a power move and be like, you know what, guys, I'm out this year. I'm too popular.
Just get the one seat and be like, guys.
Yeah, just be like, it's not fair for some of the people I'm gonna have to go up against.
Master Shake.
Chat. I hate to say this to the chat, but Gianna Michaels is not on Cameo. I definitely would do that.
What about Lacey Duvall?
Yeah, Gianna got teenage though through some times.
Jared Michael is the first one I remember.
Riley Reed. Is Aaron Rodgers on it? He probably could charge too much.
No, he's on that parlor version of Cameo.
Yeah,
so he's not.
Rodgers isn't on here. Blackjack McDowell's only $45. Ooh, that might be a good one, but I don't know about that.
Was Hawk on there? Hawk Harrelson?
Dude, if someone goes Hazzies with me, I'll totally do the Island Boys. I just can't justify $300 for that shit.
Imagine explaining that to your wife, so.
Yeah.
All right, just let me explain this. I spent $300.
God damn, Drew Brees is $800.
Oh, geez, not enough money from Sunday Night Football.
Bruce Buffer's $400.
LeVar Ball.
Brian Scalabrine at $100.
LeVar Ball is $140.
Dave Wanstead's $55.
Ooh, The Office. Who's from The Office is on here? People love The Office.
Well, the guy Kevin Malone, that guy makes like $1 million a year or something on it.
Really? How much does he charge? $230 for Kevin Malone.
That dude, I saw a story. He makes a shit ton of money from just Cameo.
Baby Cece, the kid that played Jim and Pam's daughter, who no one would know who it was, is $55.
Get that? That'd be so random.
Oh, John
Dude.
Madden's on here.
One of the random dudes.
What is Ghost?
Ooh,
Too soon. Too soon.
one of the random dudes that played one of the warehouse guys in The Office is charging $110. Like, where do these people think? What is going on here?
Do you think those guys get The Office groupies? Just like the very
totally
background
do.
character.
People are like, you're a hardcore fan, dude. Like, here's this dude that was in one episode for $200. Like, what the fuck? Is Jake from State Farm in here? Jake from State Farm. I don't know his real name. Maybe if I just search State Farm.
Rolls one.
What about Sasha Grey?
Oh, hey.
What? Bringing up some memories for Kevin
Yeah,
there.
right? That got, ooh, that was.
They got
deep
3
cuts.
Hays, dude.
Oh, yeah, she's on here.
Not an Entourage fan? No?
Sasha, how much you cost, girl? Oh, she's unavailable right now.
Oh, jeez.
Probably.
right
I mean,
now.
you could kind of, yeah.
What about Chicago legend Lexi Bell?
I love that you have these all off the top of your head.
There's Courtney Cummings.
Hey,
Courtney's
No
not
Lexi
a
Bell.
Clever
no
name.
Lexi Bell. That means she's doing good. That means she's doing. I'm glad.
Yep.
She doesn't need to do cameo.
There's a
What
lot
about
of
Kimmy
wrestling.
Kim? What's she up to?
Who?
Kimmy Kim.
Johnny Sins. Wait, you don't want that. Never mind.
For all you listeners, if you're ever feeling lonely, look these names up.
Yeah, all those give you guys a list right now.
Are you kidding me? Evan Stone is only $30.
What about what's his name? J Mac.
Well, the nice thing if you do Johnny Sins is you can get like 5 people in one because he's been a doctor, a teacher, a pilot,
Astronaut.
Army.
astronaut, a
Or
vet.
military?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a vet.
Val Kilmer currently charges. Oh, he's unavailable too. Oh my God, does he not look good?
He has a trach.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is talking out of his throat.
A really
What
good
about Adam
documentary about him
Falls?
he produced on Hulu, I think.
Oh man, I can't even do this Val Kilmer one, dude. That is just not. That's sad. Who?
It's just another. It does matter.
New and noteworthy. A lot of Barstool guys on here. Alex Bregman's $160.
Oh, jeez, Gary.
What about your boy Altuve?
I don't know a lot of these people, dude.
Well, wait, read the names. It's probably just all TikTok star.
Yeah, they all say viral stars.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
don't know. who
Well,
these
that could be
people are.
taken 2 different ways. There's a few viral stars from TikTok, and then there's actual just really they have a virus.
Who's trending here? There's a trending category. Don't know who any of these people are.
So just read the names. Just read the names.
Fly Soldier. Oh, that's one of the Island Boys. Oh, you can get one of the. If you get the Island Boys together, it's $300. But if you just get one Island Boy, you can get them for $65. I think we're onto something.
Wow.
Here. I think we're onto something here,
Wow.
dude. He responds in 24 hours too.
Do it.
$65.
Send a message right now.
I want him. Zoe's an Island Boy. Vote for him now, please. Yes, let's go. $65. That's worth it. I'm gonna bookmark that shit. All right. Some of the trending ones. Heinz Ward is $500. Wes Bergman from MTV The Challenge. He's $80. Floyd Mayweather's charging a cool $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver Hudson, don't know who he is. $110. Steve Downs, gaming voice actor, $110. I don't know.
Sorry, Jack. She's gone. She's gone, Jack.
Can you tell me how to pronounce this one, Aldo? First name is YSSN. Last name is Nino. He's a rapper.
Yeeson Nino? I've never heard of.
$26.
Yason. I think it's Yason.
Some dude named Duncan LaCroix. He's an actor in a show, I guess, called Outlander. $130.
Zoe, you might be getting ripped off. Yumper says he's seeing Fly Soldier for $45.
Yeah, that's the dude. Oh, for 45. I got him at $65 now.
He's upcharging you.
Listen,
He knows that he just saw
Now
the
on this
tweet.
app, come show me some love. I am happy and welcoming to show y'all some love too and give y'all shout outs.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the cool tattoo in between his. They totally look like the Angelica dolls.
Yeah.
John Lovitz is $160. That might be worth it. I just want him to say, have you ever seen a White Sox Twitter account that can move and shake like this?
Beef's losing his mind, and Zoe's reaping the benefit.
And then he's got to pull back the curtain real slow.
Pete Davidson would be fun if he was on there, but he's not on there because
Chuck Norris is $500. I mean, that's an instant you win those tournament, though. I don't think it's worth $500.
Do you guys know how old Chuck Norris is?
No.
I think he's like a lot older than we all would think. I think he's in his 80s.
mm-hmm.
Alice Cooper's $350. The Van Zandt brothers are $150.
81. I was surprised by Chuck Norris's age.
All right, let's wrap this up. But yeah,
And
that was who should go get on Cameo.
So you got Fly Soldier, Lovitz, maybe.
Oh yeah, Fly Soldier's on. He's a deal right now on Cameo. I got to refresh my app. Jumper just sent me a screenshot. Down from $60 to $45, dude. Under $50. How do you not do that? I feel like that's. I just got to think of what I want him to say now.
It has to be like a full song. I mean, a full Island Boy.
He's 100% either starting the video or ending the video with Zoe's an Island Boy. Yes. But
he's Cuban, right? He has to make a reference to all your Cuban players on the song.
He's about as Cuban as I am I'm not even going to go down that road. But anyways, the only problem with having the Island Boy on there is the 40 below demographic in White Sox Twitter will know what I'm talking about and think it's funny. That doesn't make up a majority, though. White Sox Twitter's got some old heads in there, which is fine. I'm all about it. But
maybe you do go get Gilbert.
I'm John Lovitz for $150. I think John Lovitz is hilarious.
John Lovitz. I think that actually that one does hit.
Yeah,
that hits a lot of.
And I really need him to just say something about moving and shaking like this. And he's got that is one of the funniest lines. Oh my god, that cracks me up every time.
Have White Sox Twitter? Are there any new babies? Are they going to be stealing shine from your?
Oh, I'm going to be flexing the 1-year-old.
You got it.
All videos.
Don't be above props.
Oh no, the 1-year-old is going to be very involved in this.
Be Macaulay Culkin's dad. Take no prisoners.
You guys think I just bought him a White Sox hat for fun? Come on. Although you are very frozen, by the way.
He's just deep in thought. It's thinking man's.
He's thinking about who I should get for my Cameo. Cameo's got a. How does Cameo not sponsor the 108 tournament?
Well, evolution.
My
Maybe
Sox
eventually
Summer.
one day down the line.
My Sox Summer, you really need to get on this, dude. Like, I don't understand how the 108 tournament is not brought to you by Cameo.
What do you think, Aldo? Excellent. Awesome.
Aldo, don't say anything if Nick Madrigal is the best player in this generation. Yeah. I know you got sponsors, dude, and it's good beef. I'm glad you guys do, but like I feel like this is like a big sponsor. You guys can. This is a low-hanging fruit. You can never have too many sponsors.
It's true.
But yeah, John Lovitz is the center of the White Sox Twitter Venn diagram. Is John Lovitz. I love it. Yes. I think that might be the play. But all right, for Fids and Aldo, I'm Zoe. We'll see you guys. Well, depending, we'll come on next week if the CBA is good or something else happens. But if not, we'll probably be back in 2 weeks. And we will talk to you then. You can tweet me Cameo ideas too. If you see any hot deals on Cameo, tweet them at me. Or Cameo.
We're on Craigslist.
Ooh, maybe Cameo should sponsor my 108 tournament journey.
Ooh.
I'm going to talk to somebody. I know a guy. All right. We'll talk to you guys. Bye.